Hello and welcome to English Capsules. Today's capsule, ho ho ho. Get your coffee ready and let's get started.
Hello, welcome again. Today we have a very special capsule. We're going to talk about Christmas. Mainly, we're going to focus on the contrast between Argentina and Spain. So, first of all, let's clarify that we're going to contrast Argentina and Spain because for those who are new listeners, this is Natin speaking here. I am living in Argentina and Virgi is living in Spain.
Hmm?
So that's why we are going to contrast these particular two countries.
Because we have first-hand knowledge of what happens in
Right.
both of them. If you live in another country, maybe you can share in the comments how you celebrate in the place where you're living.
If it happens to someone the same as you, like a person from Argentina who moved to another country, they can tell us the differences that they found, what is it that they miss the most from Christmas here, and what is it that they enjoy the most in that country, right? So the first thing that we are going to contrast is the food.
So I remember a few Christmas ago, I was very shocked because I went to the supermarket to buy some last minute item that I had forgotten, and suddenly I see a forever queue
Yeah, of course.
in the fishmongers.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a big point in the dinner here to have seafood, especially prawns and these type of things. And apparently you can only buy them Christmas Day. Cannot be frozen, needs to be fresh. So, for example, for me, that was very different because, I'm not used to having fish for Christmas. I'm not used to having fish in general,
In your life.
but for Christmas, especially. So, I was shocked about that. And then talking with friends, here they follow like a meal of a lot of courses. Like first they start with soup, then they have the seafood, then they have a main course, and then they have dessert.
Like Italian style.
Oh yeah, but for me it was like,
They
oh
eat
my God.
forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like grandma food.
Yeah. Well, here it happens that on those days, like Christmas, then New Year's Eve, it's a week in which you eat like a lot. You can put on a few pounds. You can put on weight in that week because it's like we eat all the time. Um, what happens here now that we are speaking about food is that actually we get together to celebrate on the 24th of December. So it's like the previous night to Christmas. So I think it is because it is very hot and because we have dinner late. So we are having dinner, we are like speaking, and then it's 12 and we say Merry Christmas. So it's like for us maybe it is easier and it is very hot. So the food that we eat, we try to for it to be like cold things, like the famous Viteltone or cold cuts or I don't know, there is a lot of salad, fresh things because it is hot and you eat a lot, so it's good.
Well, here you also get together on the 24th, like Christmas
Okay.
Eve,
Mm-hmm.
normally for dinner.
Yeah.
But well, the dishes, as we said, are different because here it's absolutely cold, so you need
Mm-hmm.
to be warm. Um, One thing that I discovered is that our traditional food is Italian,
Of
basically.
course. That's why many times, for example, if you think about the desserts that we eat the famous mantecol, that in English it's called calva, I think.
No idea.
I think I'm not so sure about it, but it's mainly a lot of peanut and it's like something heavy. But it is of the because of the origin. I am not sure it's particularly Italian because of the name. It gives me like the idea of Middle East, like halva.
I remember going to Morocco and having like this nougat that was wow, wonderful, the best.
Yeah, of course.
And mostly it comes from there. They use a lot of nuts and this, and it's typical in these countries mostly. So probably it comes around there.
Yeah, the thing is that in conclusion, we have a lot of influence from the Italian culture, from Spain, because if we think about Argentina, it is a nation that has a lot of immigrants. But there are many, it is so big that in many corners of the country, these like Italian and Spanish roots are also merged with other cultures, also like people from Germany, people from the Middle East, people from Wales. So it's a mix.
Okay, going a little bit back on the food.
Yeah.
One
Okay.
thing that I want to mention is that here, well, actually, two things I want to mention. One, we were discussing with a friend recently that the first time that she spent her first Christmas here in Spain, she wanted to have some panettone,
Mm-hmm.
and she said like it was mission impossible. She couldn't find panettones anywhere. The ones that she could find were like imported from Italy, so they were like way too expensive. So, uh, but this year especially, we noticed like it was an explosion of panettone in every
Mm-hmm.
supermarket. So you can have panettone like the variety that you want and the price that you.
My husband's grandparents are from Italy, and they prepare panettone, and it is not the same as pan dulce here because the dough is completely different. The panettone, the dough is like something like a pudding, like I don't know, it has a lot of butter. Of course, it has a lot of nuts, but the pan dulce, the dough is like it has a lot of air. It's like a factura. Many words that don't, I am sure that don't exist in another country. So it's like different. And the fruit inside it, I don't know, I don't even know if it is fruit because it is like these uh, tiny, colorful pieces of whatever
Something.
it's something we don't know exactly what, but that is the traditional one. But the doughs are completely different. So the flavor, of course, is different.
Another thing that you find like a wide variety here is nougat. Nougat are turrones. So here you can find hard, soft, chocolate, peanut, almond, nuts. There's one that's got like lollipop flavor for
Why?
some reason. I don't know. But you have like as many options as you can dream about.
The most popular one here, and I think it is a question of the what we produce here, the most common is peanut. There are other options also, but they all include peanut, and I think it is the because peanut is cheap here.
Okay, another difference, and this is something that I have never seen in Argentina, is the Advent calendar. So here is very common to give children a calendar at the beginning of December, the 1st of December actually,
Mhm.
that is got like little windows. So every day you will open one of these windows and it's got like a tiny surprise or present or something until you get to the 25th of December. So that's an advent calendar.
That is not common here. I've seen it in shops like the when December starts, they have like challenges for the audience, like can you find our hidden object, like mini tasks for the audience, but it's on Instagram and it's like two or three particular stores that do that, but it's not something installed in our culture.
So we were saying that probably this has to do with the fact that children are not very good with time management in the sense that especially when they are very young, they don't realize how far in
because
time things are.
it
So
is too
this
abstract for them.
so this is like an easy way for them to know how many days are left until Christmas. I mean, it's like a very physical way in which you can see, and it's a special one because December is a special month, of
Yeah.
course. Okay, so the last difference that we're going to discuss today has to do with Santa Claus. So here, Santa is like a minor character. And why do
Okay.
I say this? Because the big day, the one that children wait for with all their heart, is the Three Wise Men.
Or the Three Kings.
So this is the most special day. This is the day when they get the biggest presents. And one thing that is very nice here is that there are parades for the
Okay.
Three Wise Men. So the one in Madrid is the biggest one, and you can see some very wonderful things each year. If people are interested, you can watch it at Televisión Española. But like every neighborhood also has like small parades, and they deliver candies for children, and it's very nice to see all the atmosphere that is created around this. So it's a very special date. So
Yeah.
Christmas is like a symbolic present, and that's it. The big one is the Three Wise Men.
I remember my mother-in-law telling me this, that in when she was younger, it was in this way here. Like the biggest present was brought to you by the Three Kings, not by Santa, because Santa actually wasn't called Santa Claus or Papa Noel as we know it here. It got another name, like more significant to the religion actually.
Mm.
So they were waiting for the Three Kings always. And here nowadays, there's no, it isn't like a parade, but there are three men dressed like the Three Kings, and they go on horses, and they are like together. They work together with the firefighters, because the firefighters, they are like using their truck to announce that the Three Kings are arriving. So there is this siren, and the kids are waiting for them, and they give candy to the kids, and the kids become like crazy, because it's like saying, I saw the Three Kings. For them, it is so real, and it's very, for the parents and for the adults, it's very, very, very nice, because it's like it's a dream come true for them. Like, wow, I finally saw the Three Kings. It's like,
I think that these things that we are saying create like a very magical atmosphere.
yeah,
And I think that at some point you forget that you are an adult and you are like driven towards this because you see the happiness in your children, because you see
yeah.
all of this magic going around them. And I think it's very nice.
Very nice, actually. It gets you, like, if you're a mom, yeah, like you get really emotional and you feel like you want to cry, because it's like you see your kids so happy with this tiny little detail. It's just a detail. It's a bag with some candies. It's not a lot, but they are super happy to see the Three Kings. So,
We wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all of you.